Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sage. I'm coming to you from, where am I? I'm New Orleans, the New Orleans airport. I'm waiting for this flight. I'm going to Tampa so I don't know if you know the geography of the United States. I don't know it that well, but I'm in New Orleans, and then I have to go south to Tampa, and then I arrive like sometime tonight in Akron. I don't know what it's. The travel of flight it's a crazy, crazy thing. So if you are watching this at 3:15 Eastern Time on sagerock.com/live, this is not live. Ta-da! Not live. Is it live? Is it Memorex? Well, it's sort of like Memorex. And the reason is because of this. I am in the air right now at 3:15. I am in the air, flying around somewhere between Tampa, I think, New Orleans, Tampa, and Akron. And Greg, because he saw some insane man run naked from his burning house, he's now making an appearance in court. I don't know what the problem is. I guess now this guy thinks he's insane, which that would seem like a non-issue. I don't know, but at any rate, he wasn't going to be in court, and now he's in court. But this is that. But there is a slight possibility, that I will be able to stream this from the sky. I don't know what kind of internet access my plane has. If my plane has internet access, I will try my hardest. I swear, I will try my hardest to come to you live from the air. And then supposedly, if all goes well, I should be back on the ground in Akron, in Tampa, somewhere, at 3:40. And then I could come live then. And hopefully, what you're doing here is you're watching this on Ustream. I should be able to cut in. I'll just be able to cut right in and, do the show live from wherever, the sky, the ground, I don't know. But at any rate, I had a couple points that I wanted to talk about with you today. I'm in New Orleans because I was speaking at PubCon. It's one of the large search engine social media conferences in the United States. There's three primary, maybe four now primary conferences: Search Engine Strategies, SMX, PubCon, and then Content Marketing World is a relatively new one. They're doing their third conference this summer, and so I love coming to these conferences because they magnetize, they pull in some of the best thinkers in this industry onto one location. And if you've never been to a conference, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to come to one. They're not cheap. They're usually around $1,000 or $1,500. You can actually, I do recommend trying to go as press. Anybody can be press. Just go to Google and type in how to get a press badge, and there's tons of ways to get press, so you could try that. Press oftentimes gets into these conferences for free. You can also speak. I think a lot of times these conferences love end users. They get a ton of agencies like me, and I think they just get bored with that. So an end user is a fresh perspective on all this kind of thing. So that is a way to get in. But the reason I am kind of harping on this is because I am entrenched in this industry, right? I read about it, I participate in it, I blog about it. I'm reading the blogs, I'm reading the Twitters, the Facebooks, and I'm here to tell you there is nothing like being with these people in person. There's nothing like it. It is significantly different and more powerful. There's just I don't understand it really, because I can watch videos And but for some reason it sinks in deeper. It resonates more. It's just it's a deeper, better experience. And if you're coming to these sessions, you, I suspect, care about web marketing on some level, right? If you're in California, somebody wrote on there's a meetup that promotes this, and she's like, look, if I have to sit around waiting for a half hour before anything actually happens, I'll just go to the beach. I'd rather just go to the beach. I would just go to the beach. There's nothing better than the beach. Nothing I am going to say or do on Ustream is better than a beach in California. I can't beat it. I can't top the beach. So if you're here, there must be some sort of motivation. Greg and I don't think are that entertaining, although we are trying. See, I'm not as funny without Greg. You can tell. See, I just, like, without Greg, I just actually start going into concepts and ideas. And more on that in a minute. But, you should be educating yourself. Education in all of our lives has always been important. But things are moving so quickly and things are changing so fast that if you are not investing in your personal growth, in your business, in how you market your business, you are, I would say, probably falling behind. And granted, I mean, these shows, like this kind of thing, is good, right? But one of the things, so I interviewed a couple times Brett Tabke, the founder, the creator of PubCon this week, and I said, why, in your opinion, should people come to these shows? And he said, well, the biggest reason is you can get your specific questions answered. And I think that's right. Like, you have particular questions. So I was at a mixer last night on Bourbon Street, on this beautiful veranda on the second floor overlooking Bourbon Street, all the insanity on Bourbon Street, which I love. And I was talking to a couple people from Australia, and they were saying that they've been to 2 of these PubCons. They come from Australia. They've been to the one in Las Vegas and now the one in New Orleans, and they say that when they come back to Australia, they look and their business associates think they are like aliens. Like, they start talking about social media and how to use social media from things they've learned in the States, and their counterparts in Australia are like, you are insane. You are mad people. You shouldn't be blogging. You shouldn't be tweeting. I mean, how are you going to control the mess? What if people say something bad about you? You see, that's the conversation that I'm not bashing Australia. I mean, this happens in Canada, this happens in Europe, this happens in Ohio, Kansas, Oklahoma. There are many places in the world where these conversations continue to go on, but these are conversations that are outdated. We are, as an industry, have moved beyond that, way beyond that. That was a conversation we had years ago. And it's fine if you need to process that, but I'm here to tell you that's not what we're thinking about these days. Like, it is not of a concern that somebody might say something negative about your brand. If you're really worried about that, you are behind. That is something that the industry leaders, the people that are thinking about this industry, have thought about and processed. And I'm here to tell you, if you want the long and short of that, the deal is that if people are bashing you and your company, and you don't have a response, you don't have an answer to that you maybe deserve to be bashed. So what social media is doing is it is removing the Band-Aid of your business, and if what is underneath that bandage is rotten and festering, you have to fix that. And your customers, your clients that are talking about you online are doing you a favor because your business needs to get fixed. You lying about it, like the way you've done for the last 60 years, is not an option anymore. You don't have an option to be in social media anymore. That's not how it. Social media happens to you. The option you have is to participate or not to participate. That's the only option you have. And if you decide to not participate, you have lost all control of your brand and your message. So that's my answer to anybody that is maybe sitting on this session right now saying, well, I really don't think we should be allowing people to talk about our brand. That's not, you have no control over that. You have no control over it. And furthermore, you should be so lucky that anybody gives a damn about your brand. If anybody gives two shits about your brand, you should feel lucky. Because nobody really cares about you. The only reason somebody cares about you is if you've wronged them or you've done something great. Most people have nothing interesting to say. So what's going to happen is you are going to turn on your Facebook, turn on your blog, and nothing is going to happen. That is a bigger problem. Those are the problems that we're dealing with today in social media. So, not what if somebody says something bad? The questions we're dealing with today are, what if nobody says anything? What if a business opens a Facebook page and no one comes? Does it make a sound? No, it does not make a sound. It does not make a sound. So these are the questions. The questions that we were talking about this week were how to not be boring, how to be engaging. And really, when you think about these questions, when you think about that, that's absurd. Like, do we really have to ask? Do we really have to analyze, how are we going to be not boring? How are we going to be not boring? How are we going to be interesting? Doesn't it, like, just don't you have to kind of ask, like, well, what am I doing in my world, my life, if what I'm doing is so boring, nobody cares about it, nobody is interested? That is the profound question, right? That is the question that we need to all ask. Or furthermore, even more deeply, what if what you're doing actually is interesting, but you think it's boring? That is a real problem. I see that all the time. How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey, good. You watching the show?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Were you at PubCon this week?
No. What are you doing?
Oh. Well, this is hi. How's it going? Well, I am. I'm doing a live Ustream. So there was a search engine conference, and I do a lot. You were there?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
So what I do is I do a Friday show. I do a live Friday show.
Can I be on the show?
Yeah, of course you can. Of course. So what do you do?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So there, see, here you are. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. Hey, Steve. And where are you from, Steve?
Steve's from Britain.
From Britain. Are you here for the jazz weekend?
No, we're not. Well, we've just been in New Orleans for 4 days now.
You have? Did you love it?
Oh, we loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Right. Okay. We went to several bars.
Yeah. No kidding.
No
They have
kidding.
bars in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Good. Did you go to Bourbon Street?
Yeah, we stayed on Bourbon Street, which was
you
excellent.
stayed on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, which was excellent.
Did you get any sleep?
No, we didn't get any sleep, but it was excellent. Excellent place to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So where's this streaming to then?
So, well, what's happening is this is actually being pre-recorded. The show that I normally do is at 3:15 Eastern.
Okay.
I'm doing a pre-recording in case I can't stream live on the flight. I'm hoping to stream live on the flight.
Okay.
So I'm doing a quick little stream, but this is about web marketing and that sort of thing. Are you a businessman? Do you own a business?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What kind of business do you own?
We make sticky labels.
Sticky Labels. What's the name of your company?
Sticky Labels Company.
Really? Yeah. StickyLabelsCompany.com?
.com.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Sticky Labels StickyLabelsCompany.com.
Sure.
Are you part of Sticky Label?
Yes, yes, yes.
StickyLabels.com?
I'm not admitting to working for you.
What's that? So do you sell them online?
No, we're not online.
You're not online.
Not
Who do you
online.
sell them to?
Well, it's in the UK. So,
In the UK?
Yeah, okay.
So who are your customers?
Our customers are all this what they call supermarkets in the UK.
Supermarkets. Yeah, we call them that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it would be Tesco's,
Okay.
Sainsbury's, Walmart.
You sell into Walmart?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So are these like little Post-its, like the 3M Post-its?
No. They're kind of
Packaging labels.
Packaging
Oh, packaging labels.
Yeah.
So if you're shipping something.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No?
Also,
Don't you do that as well?
I'll tell you what we do. Get
What?
them-
Yeah.
Tell me what you do, because I thought it was just like food label.
Well, you know what? It is a lot of food labels, but sometimes it's packaging
Is
labels.
it? What
Huh.
else?
See, we're all learning so much.
Right. Okay.
So what kind of food labels?
Right. Okay. We do a lot of milk.
Milk. So you'll put labels on milk.
On milk.
Okay. And so what? So the milk people come to you. Your Sticky Labels Company.
Yeah.
.com.
.com.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Sticky Labels Company.com. The milk people come to you, and they say.
This is sweet. This.
Do you like this?
Yeah.
This is what we call a gorilla pod. It's like, so you can mount it on
Yeah.
things. And then this here is called an eye stabilizer. I put my phone on it.
Brilliant.
So yeah, so it's fun. And
Well,
so
this isn't going anywhere though, is it?
oh yeah, it's streaming live right now.
Really?
Yeah. But then it's going to go on my YouTube channel and
we watch
everything.
it later?
Of course.
Yeah,
You
must
should
it?
go to sagerock.com/live.
Sage Rock.
Rock.com/live.
Live.
So that's very interesting. So do you have to leave?
We've got to go.
Okay, well thank
Okay.
you for coming.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All right, I should do shows more often in the airport. That was awesome. StickyLabelsCompany.com. I really wanted to know more why he wasn't online. I kind of want to chase that guy down. Oh well, at any rate, StickyLabelsCompany.com. So he's from the UK, and he does have a website. And then I asked him there, I'm like, well, are you online? He's like, well, not really. It's not really about that. There could be a real reason, but he's likely to say, oh, well, my customers aren't online. You see, but that tends to be something I see in Europe, and even in the center of the United States. It's not just Europe. I mean, in fact, it's in Asia. I see it all the time. In fact, a lot of Asia is even deeper into this problem, but that's very interesting that, he clearly has a curiosity. He's like, what are you doing? What is going on? But they seem to be a little bit slower to adapt. And so it reminds me of this woman that I was talking to, from Australia, the same thing. She's like, oh my God, I just got on Hootsuite, I just got on Twitter, and it's just, it's so much, it's happening so fast, and that is the issue. I mean, this woman is just drowning in this information, and the longer we wait, the longer we put this off, the harder it all becomes, you see. So the issue that I saw at this conference over and over and over again was this topic of not being boring and being interesting. I spent most of the time in the social media track. Okay, so that's where I hung out, and it was more about concepts than it was about technical things, because social media really isn't that technical. Facebook has some very technical advertising solutions and techniques, but for the most part, anybody can do social media. That's the point of it. It's meant to be barrierless. It's meant for anyone. My mom can do social media, right? Anyone. It's meant to allow anyone with an internet connection to easily connect with the rest of the world. So the techniques are not hard. The concepts for business seem to be confounding, seem to be almost insurmountable. And this is what amused me about the conference. I listened to countless speakers talk about not being boring in the most boring way I could imagine. I don't understand how it is that people can present in such a non-compelling way. But you know what? We see it all the time. I mean, most ministers, for example, are boring as hell, you know. Most presenters are boring as hell. And so it only stands to reason that when we get on social media, we're going to be boring as hell there too. I mean, of course we're going to be boring. Because why? Because we are, I believe, afraid to be interesting. StickyLabelCompany.com guy, now there's a guy that should be on social media. There's a guy that's just in New Orleans. He stayed on Bourbon Street, there for 4 days, went to a few bars. Very cool guy. There's a guy that has taken down the filter, you know. But we are afraid to take down the filter, and in fact, there are I classify them as Saul Bellow reality instructors that scold us if we take down the barriers, that make us feel embarrassed, like, you know, and I get it a lot on this show. I get a lot of people telling me that you need to get right to the information stage. You cannot just, you know, waste people's time. I need the information. And so then I go back and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should just cut right to the chase. I should give you the top 10 things you should do on Facebook today. Well, here's number 1. Be interesting. You know what? Put a little filler in. Put a little of your personality in. The personality is the key. And then you have to say, well, if I'm tweeting for a company, it's not about me, it's about the company. And that, too, is bullshit. Companies have no soul. They're soulless. There's nothing more lacking a soul than a company. It is a terrible terrible existence, a company. They pretend they have souls, like, you know, Coke and Pepsi, you know, it's a taste of a new generation. They talk like they have a soul, but they have no soul. They have sugar water. Or I like to drink the non-sugar sugar water. the brain lesion water. That's what I like to drink. So the answer is, you have to move beyond the company. Your company is your people, you see. Now, the people that really get that are hotels. I don't know that they actually get that on social media, but they do get that in person. So hotels are really, really great at customer service, you see. And so they oftentimes they realize that you lead from behind in a hotel. That the general manager cannot always be taking care of every single guest issue. And so consequently, they train, almost, dare I say, brainwash their staff to understand the message, to understand what the value is when you work at the Ritz-Carlton, what it means to be a Ritz-Carlton employee. And it would seem to me that they would be a very good next group of people to let their employees tweet and blog and Facebook about their company as much as possible, because they've already instilled the message. They've already instilled what it means to be an employee of that company. They would naturally be a great fit for blogging and tweeting. Just, they would do amazing at it. But we all need to understand that. We all need to understand how to educate our teams to understand the brand and what it means to be working at our company. And then this is where it's all headed. You don't have some sort of social media manager. Everyone becomes a social media manager. You understand what is acceptable and not acceptable to say in social media. Namely, it's not that hard. It's like, don't say bad things about your clients. Maybe you have a client privacy protection that you're not allowed to talk about your customers or clients at all by name. That would be, that's the big if. But then that's about it. I mean, everything else should be above the board. What great thing happened at the company? What bad thing happened to the company that you're going to fix? When you allow the people in the front of your organization to represent your organization in social media, you have suddenly gone a significant way in tearing down this huge barrier of how am I going to be interesting? How am I going to be interesting? Yes. Well, the key is to be real, to be human. And this week that message was really depressing to me. I was just like, are you kidding me? Is this it? Is this the world that I live in, that I have to convince people to be interesting? I mean, you can't be interesting, but I came out of it. Look at that thing. Dang, look at that. That is delicious looking. I did not eat that. Antoine's Restaurant since 1840. Man, that thing looks tasty. The final keynote of the series of the week was Chris Pirillo. He goes by Locker Gnome. He's a geek. He is a shortish guy with brown hair and glasses, English major, massively followed online. He is beloved by many, many people. And he does product reviews, he does tech reviews, that's what he does. I think he writes part-time for CNN, he does a lot. But a lot of people know him in Google Plus and YouTube and so forth. And his message was, it's all about the personality. And when you understand that it's all about the personality, then you transcend all the tools. It's like being Neo in the Matrix. Like they said, when you get to a point where you need to dodge bullets, you won't need to dodge bullets anymore. That is really what we are talking about here. That as we sit in search engine conferences pondering how to create engagement in Facebook, how to get people to retweet you in Twitter, how to get people to comment on your blog, how to come up in the search engines for a particular phrase. Personality transcends all of that. It becomes irrelevant. It becomes meaningless. Because with the personality draws people. The personality is what makes you interesting. And then suddenly, it's not about the algorithm anymore. It's not about the particular tool. Your personality becomes a draw, and people will be drawn to you see. And that is the frontier that we all live in today in business.
Okay.
Personality. What are you going to do with that? It is about the personality. We know it's about the personality. We know it is about connecting with people. People connecting with people. We know that is the case. We know that is where we need to be. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to connect with people? You need to figure that out. In the internet today, without a personality, you will slowly wither away. You cannot create enough spam articles and spam links to fill the hole of a lack of personality. It is that is the key. That quality, interest, engagement. That is what makes something useful, something valuable, something people want to see. And I'm here to tell you, you can make the greatest infographic, you can make the biggest white paper on history in history, but that's only going to go so far, because that's not how people buy. People don't buy intellectually. They all buy emotionally, and that was something that Tim Ash brought up. Tim Ash is the regarded usability landing page conversion expert in the industry, and he, in his sessions this week, he talked about the fact that 95% of our decision making happens in the part of the brain that is not the logical part of our brain, not the neocortex. It is happening in our lizard brain. It is happening in the part of our brain that is instinctive, that goes on gut feeling, if you will. And we need to appreciate that. The people aren't buying your product because it's the best product. They don't know that. They don't have enough information to make that cognitive, logical assessment. You probably don't have enough information to know. I mean, which burger is better? The Quarter Pounder, the Big Mac, or I don't know what Wendy's burgers are called. I don't know what they're called. They don't have a name. There's a problem right there. They should have a name. Whoppers, Quarter Pounder, you know. Which is better? Which is better? So it's impossible to answer that question. It's a personal preference. You know, which one is bigger, which one is cheaper? You might be able to quantify that with a lot of work, incidentally. I mean, you would have to have a huge study to you know, determine how much more meat you're getting in a. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hi. I'm doing a live video show on web marketing.
Web marketing?
Yeah, I do. We were at a conference this week on internet marketing, and I do a live show. And I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it okay?
What that's what you web marketing? I mean, what?
Well, I'm a consultant, and I help people with their internet. You know, like how to get their websites online and get more search results, more, you know, in Facebook and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so I was just talking about what, you know, we talked about in this conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a conference there.
We were at the conference center.
Oh, down in
Yeah, in Lobby E, second floor. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a website?
No.
No?
No.
No?
I don't have. You have to have a business.
Yeah. Do you have a side business?
I have one, but I haven't kicked it off yet.
Oh, really? What kind of business?
It's I'm fixing to like pick up like elderly people, bring them to the hospital back and forth, stuff like that.
Oh, that's
like a transport.
A transport for elderly people. Now that's super valuable, because how do they get there otherwise? Do they have to call a cab?
Well,
or?
actually, they got some people out there doing it.
Doing it?
Yeah.
But I bet it's,
already.
With the baby boomers getting older, do you think you'll have a website when you do it?
Maybe, probably.
Probably. Do you think are you on social media? Do you like Facebook? And do you use Facebook?
I really don't have time to get on Facebook.
Right.
I got a Facebook set up, but I don't have.
It's not your thing. Do you text? Are you a texter? Do you like texting on your phone or anything like that? You're more of that.
Yeah.
That seems to be the future. Yeah.
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 Well, reason why I stopped,
Yeah.
somebody had brought to my attention. They was curious what you was doing.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I don't know any knowledge about airports. I just, I had to shoot this show before I got on the airplane
Yeah.
because I do it every Friday.
Right.
So, but I'm almost done.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for being so nice.
All right.
All right, thanks. I'm telling you, this is the best place to do a show. I get more people coming and hanging out with me. And incidentally, there is the Segway with 3 wheels. That's the way to go. So there's the security guy thinking about starting a business, mobilizing seniors. You know, what a great idea. A super great idea. But he's obviously thinking about, like, well, I'll probably have to have a website, but he doesn't know about Facebook, but texting. Very interesting. All right. Well, I really don't have anything else to say. I don't know. But that was fun. That was fun. So, what I will tell you is, if you are not seeing me live right now, I'm really sorry. I am in a place that does not have internet. Okay? But if I am somewhere that has internet, then maybe you will see me. Although I will say this is probably a much more interesting show than me being on the internet. Yes.
I need to keep bothering.
No, that's
so
fine.
Would you just turn it off until you?
Oh, you want me to stop?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm done. All right. Bye, everybody. All right.